All right, time's up.
Okay. Last year when I worked in my last company, Samsung SDS, there was an opportunity that I can become a mentor for Hanyang University student who just turned into 20 years old. They start learning AR and VR technology in my company, so I had to teach them, okay, which trend is ongoing in our field, and I had to give them proper information how they can handle project with us. In the beginning, they were struggling to catch up new trend and new project. So someone among the interns, they showed some complaint, but I tried to give more quality and try to find what they want to do in the project. So in the end, they started uh, giving more idea and giving more um, achievement in the project. So finally, they completed the project and showed a great performance. So I think it was a great opportunity to teach and give right feedback to young students.
All
Okay.
right, so it's exactly 2 minutes. So I'm gonna
Oh,
ask you more questions. So it's
all
part
right.
three. So, do you think parents should give their children advice?
Yeah, all the time because parents are mirror of the children. In my even in my mom's kindergarten, the young kids are not really ready to get in part of the society because they are separated from their parents while their parents are working at the office. So some kids are not really hanging out with their peer or not ready to communicate. So it can be uh challenging for the it can be challenging for the kid who didn't get right feedback from their parents.
Hmm. Should teachers give students advice?
Uh, yeah, because teachers are guidance to every student, and in Korea, most students spend the most time in the school from 8 to 6 p.m. or extra more time. So all the teachers are obligated to uh, give more um, yeah advice to equalize them, like how they can perform their more concentration and how to get higher score. Even though it is not only about the study, they can give uh, feedback like their personality or their misbehavior.
All right. So, do you think it is necessary for us to listen to friends' advice?
Yeah, because uh, friends are like their parents sometimes. In Korea, teacher and classmates are the people who are most spending their time with. Uh, and teach the third person who see them can give a proper advice because uh they know much about uh I mean the friends are the one who know much about me, the uh, know much about me, and true friends always give more encouragement.
All right. So, how do people give young people and old people advice?
Uh, where in young people's case, they give uh some advice depends on their handy experience. Um, for example, how they got a high score or um what was their last trip experience, something like that. And not only handy experience, but also they watch through social media and TV shows. Um, they also can share this to uh other young people. On the other hand, old people uh has depth of knowledge because they lived longer than us in general. So I think they can pass on their life story, like how they overcame um recession or hard time like war. So literally they can pass on the land.
All right. So, who are more willing to listen to advice and who are less willing to?
Uh, I think in general, someone who is desperate to develop themselves or um put in a difficult situation want to get advice because they want to pass by this moment right now and want to get out of the comfort zone. Uh, on the other hand, the latter one who doesn't need much of advice is which are privileged because they already achieved their goal and um they are having enough of budget or worse. So I guess they are less desperate than the first less desperate than the desperate people.
Mhm. So, have you ever received any advice from professional people like doctor or lawyer or teacher?
Um where yeah, sometimes I got advice from my ex-bosses. Uh, uh, where, oh my god, it's been so long time to memorize that. Um, where some of my ex-bosses give me advice that how can I overcome the other mean bosses who who are so-called bullies. When I was a freshman, there was some lady who nitpicking for trivial thing, and I was really stressed at the time. But uh, my big boss, who's our team leader, he just told me, um, just whatever she say, just let it go, and just rewind your time and focus on your project. So even though that the advice was a cliche, I think it was better than nothing.
All right. Well done.
Oh my god.
All right. For your feedback during part two, you
Um,
answered really good. I think your vocabulary, grammars are all good, but you missed some bullet points. You didn't really explain how he or she followed your advices. So
oh yeah.
yeah, so so those the interns you're being mentor to them.
Uh,
So you just need to make up some stories like you give them some advice to study
mhm,
AI or like certain graphic thing. Then before you
mhm,
guys graduate, you'll be able to get a job. So some of your students followed your advice, and
mhm,
luckily they passed the whole interview. They had a job before they graduate college. So, and you
mhm,
were very satisfied and thrilled with their
mhm,
consequences because my advice actually worked very well to those college students. So it's more
mhm.
specific and clear. Uh,
Uh,
when you answer some question, your answer is like walking around, but not exactly in the hall. You
mhm,
understand? So, for example, like if you are throwing arrow like
mhm,
Yangjing, so you're
mhm.
supposed to like hit like 10 point, right? Like what do you like? Do you like ice cream? Like, oh yeah, I like ice cream. My favorite ice cream is
Mhm,
strawberry, and I eat once a week when I go to church.
mhm,
Well, you can answer like that, but your answer is like, I like icy food because ice
mhm,
food makes me happy.
mhm.
So you keep talking around the topics, but
Uh-huh.
so so it's best to give direct answer first and then
Mhm.
add some information.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So during part two, three, you were having really hard time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You
oh my god,
were
part
like,
three.
so your vocabularies were alright and
Uh-huh.
grammars were also fine, but thing is the idea. So,
Oh yeah.
like, how do people give young people and old people advice? You can't just say like
Oh,
old people don't listen to advice at all because they have knowledge and experience. So most of
uh-huh.
Korean adults are very stubborn. So that's why they
Uh-huh.
fight in the street. And you can't just say it. If it makes sense, it doesn't really matter. And most young people are very polite. They always listen,
Uh-huh.
willing to take some get some advice from others because they want it to be
Mhm,
successful because they still have plenty of time, and
mhm,
so you can just and they are more active. They always willing to take
mhm,
a risk for the better benefits and
mhm,
profits, just like
mhm,
that. So about like the last question was quite hard for you, but if it's too hard for you, you can just make up the story. Like you had
uh,
nutrition problems like last year because I had a diet really seriously. So I
uh,
lost my weight over 10 kilograms. So I was so
uh,
worried about my health, and I went to
mhm,
hospital. The doctor told me that I am good enough. I don't really need
mhm,
to be on a diet anymore. So after that, like
mhm,
I care about my nutrition. mostly.
Mm,
Like I drink Coke sometimes, and
mm,
I don't really over exercise anymore.
wow, you're a really good storyteller.
Like you just need to make up some story. You don't really to
Oh,
be true to yourself. You don't have to be good and polite or like
uh,
you don't really have to be genuine.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, if things are hard, you just think about some character from the movie and drama. You know, you know, that's more easy. You just describe those people as your friend in your life.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that
oh
will
my
be better.
God. Yeah. I really don't like, the question about asking older people or young people,
Yeah,
teacher
yeah.
and kids.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Oh my God.
So during part three, most of your answers will keep like shooting like 6 or 5 points. You didn't really hit the
Uh,
10 points. So
yeah, you're right.
like first question, do you think a parent should give their children advice? I think most parents want their children to be successful in the future. And
You're right.
yeah, they raise their child from the beginning till now.
Uh,
So they have most of knowledge and information about their kids. So,
mm-hmm.
and they are also most responsible people about those people, I mean the children. So,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah, those, just like that, just like this, like they all want their children reach their full
Uh-huh.
potential and
Uh-huh.
have a good career in the future, and also a good
Mm,
relationship with their classmate and doing excellent in school. So
mm,
parents should be the best choice
mm,
for giving advice to children.
mm.
So direct answer first and building ideas. Like you understand? Like
Yeah.
yeah, build second opinion and third opinion, like which can support your main opinion.
Uh,
And then
mm.
paraphrasing, you know. And then the last is paraphrasing the whole thing together.
uh,
Yeah,
I think I gotta copy some idea from YouTube.
yeah, yeah, right.
Oh my God, I really have no idea about that.
Yeah, all you need to is just some makeup story.
Story.
Yeah,
I'm not a good storyteller.
right. It's just tell some story from books and movies or TV and some news, and it doesn't really have to be true.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, you want to take a test?
Yeah,
Okay. So, okay. So, what's gonna be do? Uh, mm, 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 mm. Okay, this one. This I. Okay, I sent it through the meetup.
hmm
Did you receive that?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start measure your time. Okay, start right now. Okay, time's up.
So the ideal house I'd like to have in the future is a two-story house in the rural area. Uh, since I started working in Seoul, I always had a big aspiration to live in rural area someday in the future because countryside would offer me clean environment and peaceful and mild atmosphere. So those environment would comfort me every time I get out of my house and see the neighborhood. And I also have a much big expectation the neighbors in that community because most of the people and neighbors from countryside has polite and friendly personalities as far as I know, and it will be so fun to hang out all the close uh, to have a close relationship with my neighbors. And uh, so to be specific, the first floor I would like to have my bedroom and kitchen and living room, and in the second floor I'd like to have my own studio and guest room and also closet. If I can have my yard, I'd like to have maybe one or two dogs as my pet uh, that I can walk with you when I go jog in the morning. And maybe possibly I could think about having swimming pool, but I understand it's a bit hard to manage and maintain the quality of water in the swimming pool is hard. I've heard it before, so I haven't decided yet about the swimming thing. But
Mm,
if I have enough money and enough territory for the
mm,
house, I'd like to have a swimming pool also.
Okay, so 2 minutes all over.
Mhm.
Yeah. What is life? Explain why it would be your idea. Yeah, I think this is a good use spend more time for explaining the last bullet and why it'll be your ideal house. So
Mhm.
you you exaggerate the community and the neighbors are how
Mhm.
important it is. Yeah. And I think it'll be great if you add more some vocabulary explaining the type of the house, like a studio apartment or you know, the 가구, more furniture, something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And like colors,
So
green gables.
you expect me to describe the house more? Yeah, I actually like depict like the lifestyle of that
Uh-huh.
in that
Yeah,
ideal house.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Interior design.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, your idea is good.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, so what was the part three? Uh, Okay, part three question is what are the most common architecture types in Korean city?
Most common architecture types in Korean city? I think
Yeah.
apartment, like modern style apartment is
Mm-hmm.
the most common architecture in South Korea at this moment because uh, wherever I see, including like urban city and rural area,
Mm-hmm.
I can see
Mm-hmm.
both that square types of apartment everywhere because yeah, because that's convenient and strong
Mm-hmm.
for different weathers.
Mm. What's the difference between an apartment and a house?
Uh, Definitely the structure of both buildings are very different and Uh, in apartment, you can meet a lot of neighbors, but you actually have to share territory with your people in your community. But in rural area, uh, the the normal house, you you get chance to know your neighbors, and even though you're not really don't get many time to get to know with neighbors, but you would have a genuine and trustful relationship with others because living in those countryside costs a lot of handiwork to maintain the house, which also need hands from others. So uh, in modern apartment, like they have they usually have maintain office who professionally work to maintain the apartment quality, including buildings and utilities, all the water and all those things. But in rural area, you have to do it by yourself.
Okay. What are the advantages of the facility of the apartment and the facilities of the house?
Oh, there are huge differences between them. In apartment, most individuals can access to really high quality of facilities, including like fitness gym or parking lot and playground for their children, so they can share those places. Okay, at the same time, they also share responsibilities. So, so that's why in apartment there are a lot of CC cameras also for the security system. But in rural area like house, it's hard to find good facilities like convenience store or bank or market. You have to just get a car to get some facilities in town. You actually have to drive your car to the town to see some facilities you need. So it takes much time and money to use those facilities. But living in the house in rural area actually can get you more privacy though.
Okay, the last question. It's not last question. What difficulties do people have living in the city?
The most difficult is the price of the house because in urban area, apartment is really expensive. Even though the size of your house is smaller than rural area, the price is way much expensive than most of buildings in rural area because living in city can offer you more opportunities to participate in some entertainment activities or cultural festivals or job opportunities also. But in in rural areas, um, it's hard to see those events and yeah, it's just hard to see any event literally.
What can be done to reduce the stress of the city life?
Uh, to reduce stress from the city, I think people should uh, care about their neighbors by not making much noise, and uh, also they just need to learn how to manage their stress by themselves, like going for a jog or doing yoga or meditation or listening to music. Those things could be good for individuals who live in uh, urban apartment, but maybe like government or city commu some organizations can uh, address some opinions about making certain level of street noise for
Mm-hmm.
the people in the community, especially
Mm-hmm.
at night, and also waste control and recycling, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, so finally, part three is done.
All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is so tough. Yeah, I think over you gave a proper question about it. You give a proper answers about it. But at the part two, the question was asking about what's different between apartment and house, but um most of contexts are, impacting uh the difference between rural area
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
city life.
yeah. I think I answered that way.
If you go to Yongsan City, there are so many houses, not only apartment.
Okay. Because Yongsan is a rural area.
Okay, anyway, part three is over, and yeah.
I think most questions about the buildings and some factors and features from the structure of
Mm.
buildings, but I answered like some living different living condition between like urban
Ah,
city and countryside.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this time it's time to learn,
Mhm.
interior design.
All right. Hey, could you like come this time every day, like regular?
Yeah.
How about weekend?
How about weekend? Weekend is just good.
Okay, so 9 p.m. is Lily, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna fix you at this time.
Alright. Okay, so see you tomorrow night.
All right, good job.
Okay, so anyway, take a rest.
Yeah, good night.
Bye.